Not once, not twice, but for the third straight time, suspended SGF Babachir Lawal fails to show up. And Sean Senate committee investigating him for alleged contract scandal involving the presidential initiative for the Northeast. Wherein lies the fate of the 2017 appropriation document? Missing today, found tomorrow. Will the lawmakers meet up with the May the 5th deadline for the passage of the budget? That's our focus on the program. Many thanks for joining in, everyone. This is Politics Today live on Channels Television. I'm Imana Amawe. Well, now let's go straight down to the meat of the matter. The suspended and embattled Secretary to the Government of the Federation has failed to appear before the Senate committee investigating him for alleged scandal involving the mismanagement of the presidential initiative for the Northeast, funds for the rehabilitation of the Northeast region. He was expected yesterday at the Senate, but Mr. Babachir Lawal failed to show up. He did not show up once again today, and there was no reason whatsoever for his absence at that panel. Well, we'll be delving into the topic as we progress on the program. And another issue up on the plate is the budget document and the raid on Senator Goje's house. Senator Goje had said yesterday at plenary that the police had come to his house and some of the documents carted away alongside some monies. Some of the documents carted away in his laptop contained the 2017 budget document, and so that might delay the passage of the document. The budget document has a deadline for May the 5th for its passage. Well, Senator Goje's aide came up today to say that the documents carted away by the police force have been returned, and all the monies taken away have also been returned. And Senator Itainang, the senior special assistant to the president on National Assembly matters, has also released a statement confirming that. Let's, if my producers will show me what Senator Itainang's statement had to say. Well, in the statement, Senator Itainang is actually congratulating or commending the National Assembly for doing everything possible to ensure the speedy passage of the 2017 appropriation bill. And he's saying that all things are being done, all things relating to the subject are being done to ensure a positive resolution. That statement was released this evening, confirming that Nigerian Police Force has returned everything, all the seized items taken from Senator Goje's house. Well, let's get talking. Joining me via Skype from Warri is the senior advocate of Nigeria, Dafe Akpedeyi. Thank you for joining us on the program.
Thank you.
Well, Mr. Akpedeyi, the suspended SGF Babachir Lawal failed to appear at the Senate for a third time today, and he did not offer any reasons for his being absent at the hearing. What does that suggest?
Emmanuel, what I find rather key was that what powers they have and something they before them matter of nation. The next section you will recall, Section 18, is the Constitution, which gives the national government ample opportunity and power to question anybody who they have as matters within which they have legislative competence to talk. And obviously, the SGF, by virtue of his office, is a matter which comes under within that purview. More importantly, they have the ability to speak on matters in which, as it were, they have a part that has to do with appropriation of money in which they're budgeted. And if you recall, this is the PINE initiative by Mr. President, which obviously comes with this purpose. So for the S1 SGF or the suspended SGF not to show up 3 times consecutively from where I stand now front of the National Center. We
join up with Aliyu Abdullahi, a legal practitioner. He's in Abuja studios. Mr. Abdullahi, Mr. Babachir Lawal did not appear today. What does that suggest? And how should the Senate look in what direction should the Senate be looking to handling this matter, considering that this is the third time he's shunning their invitation?
Thank you, Emana, for having me here. And one thing I can say, I can't actually speak to the state of the mind of the embattled SGF as to why he actually chose not to really honor the invitation of the Senate committee. But one thing I would also like to say, perhaps maybe it could be because what he's actually currently undergoing with the committee of the vice president, that is the executive committee that is actually already investigating those same allegations which the Senate committee has asked the executive arm of the government to look into. But one will wonder, the Senate committee has actually got what it really wanted in the first place, which was the executive to take action on it, and which they are currently taking that action. So if he's already facing that committee, that executive committee chaired by the vice president, it could be there may be a clash, of him. Where will he actually go? Should he actually continue to attend the committee of the executive, or should he run to the Senate committee? In any case, I feel, in my own opinion, the Senate committee has actually discharged their own responsibilities. So they should just forward their own findings, the report of what they have on the embattled SGF to the committee of the vice president, so that the committee of, I think they have even asked for that. They can look at it totally holistically together, and then he can just make one defense. But I'm not also inputting like what my learned senior advocate said. There is a responsibility on the part of the SGF, where a constitutional responsibility for him to appear whenever Senate require him to do, due to the nature of the office is holding, and also because this issue we're talking about are things that are budgeted, appropriated by the National Assembly. So they have the right to call him.
If I may come in here, Mr. Abdullahi. If I may come in here, Mr. Abdullahi. From what you're saying, are you perhaps suggesting that there might be some kind of not too smooth relationship between the executive and the legislature? Because how possible is it that two committees, one set up by the president, and then the Senate committee, Senator Shehu Sani had specifically said that both committees would run concurrently, they would not stop their own investigation? How come there seems to be no synergy? Are you suggesting that there might be some kind of friction and information is not being passed across by both arms, or between both arms of government?
That would be what I would, but that would not be what I'm actually saying here. But I think there shouldn't be any synergy actually in the first place, because they are to run independently. If there is synergy, that means something is even wrong actually. So I think, but what I'm saying is the Senate committee has already gotten what it really wanted in the first place. I mean, the executive to step in and take action on the embattled SGF, which the executive arm of the government has already done that. They are in the middle of that. So it could be perhaps, maybe because he's already facing a panel from the executive side, that he couldn't make time to appear for the Senate committee. But then that's my opinion. You have to talk to the SGF on that matter to find out why he didn't actually show up for the Senate committee.
How do you suggest the Senate handle the matter where the SGF outrightly flouts an invitation to show up before a committee investigating him? You might recall that he had asked the question, who is the presidency? Could we be seeing some kind of power show at play here?
You know what? We're just begging each other now. What is apparent and clear to all and sundry is that it is obvious that the Senate does have the power to summon the SGF by virtue of the office and by virtue of the nature of the issues that are involved here, because these are matters which they are operated for since 2015. And if there's allegation that something has gone wrong at it, then obviously, as it were, the Senate does have a right to summon anybody that is caught up in this purview to come and answer questions. And the fact that the executive has carried out an investigation begs the issue to say the Senate does not have a right to carry out their own investigation. And truly speaking, directly to your question, the Senate has a right to protect itself. They have all the ability to enforce that summons. If Mr. Babashir does not show up after giving him due opportunities to come and does not give any reasonable excuse why he's not coming, then the Senate can enforce and insist on his coming by virtue of arrest if they have to go that far.